Welcome to Inspired into Action, where we interview women who are taking action in their business. Today, I have Linda Harris with me. She's going to tell us about her business and what it is that she does. How are you doing today, Linda?
I'm great, Tara. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well.
I'm so glad we're finally having this opportunity to sit down and have this conversation. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has been. It has been. I'm glad that you can make time in your schedule for this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell the listeners about who you are and what it is that you do.
Well, I'm Linda Harris, and I have recently established my sewing room store, which is an online boutique-like venue for everything that I do here in my sewing room. You can see where I am this evening. It's a collaboration of everything that I enjoy doing, from fashion to jewelry, crafts, art, everything. I just kind of have a collaboration going where I decided that I would put together a website that brought together all those things. So you're at any given moment, you're going to see skirts, gowns, I like kimonos, but then also you're going to see craft items from wreaths to place settings. My favorite, which is my Tinkles Baby Gifts, my favorite trademark venue that I came upon. So there's lots of things going on in here.
Yeah, you're very talented there.
Well, thank you. I try. I kind of grew up in a very creative environment where I was exposed to everything from art supplies to music lessons, lots of influence in family members who were very talented artists, sculptors, writers. My grandmother was a gourmet chef and pastry chef,
Wow.
which is an homage to my Tinkles Baby Cakes because I cannot bake, but I do think I make a pretty good replica.
Yeah.
And so there was always that type of inspiration around me coming up when I was young.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, Linda, tell us where people can find you on social media, your website, before we get into the interview.
Absolutely. You can find me at mysewingroomstore.com. That's online. And on Instagram, my forgetmenot00. That's my Instagram account. It started with Forget Me Nots because I started out with bow ties. So they were unforgettable knots. And I didn't switch it over. I'm thinking about doing that. But right now, if you go there, there's a plethora of things there that you can see from the very beginning and how it evolved to my sewing room store.
And what is the best way if someone sees something on your Instagram page or on your website to get in contact with you? Because you do custom made items as well, correct?
Absolutely. I'll consider custom made items. I really like to do one of a kind, unique things. And that's been the, I would think, the forte for my business is it's a one-off. It's something that I enjoy doing. I put it together. I put it out there. If you like it, you can have it.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I may consider, repeating it, but usually it's something that's fabulous that's a one-off.
That's cool. A lot of people like those things. A lot of people like to have things or an outfit or a garment that no one else is ever going to see, and they're the only person that owns it. That's a really cool niche.
I think it makes it unique. That's a unique way to look at it, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So you talked a little bit about how people in your family were so talented. Is that where the gift or this business came from, or how did your business start?
Well, because I was exposed so early to just a lot of creativity around me, it was a passion that was within me. Professionally, I worked in corporate and then also in nonprofit entities, but it was always something that was burning within me to get back to the creative side. When my children were small, it was something that I was doing as a hobby. My boys will tell you now that if they walk past the fabric store, they get kind of anxious because we would always spend a lot of time there because I was always gathering crafts and fabrics and different things to do. So it wasn't until I recently retired that I had the time back again that I decided I was going to give it a shot and really formulate it by going through all the necessary channels of building the corporate structure, getting my tax structure in line, doing the business plan. And so it gave me a time to get back to doing something that I was passionate about and enjoying and having fun.
Yeah. So in that time of organizing your business and getting things together, what were some of the challenges, or even maybe not even that, just in regards to getting established or just starting your business or refocusing? What have been some challenges that you face that you feel like the listeners can benefit from if they were to hear some of those things?
Well, in addition to all of the usual things you should do, which is being organized, having a plan. You have to start with being passionate about it. You really shouldn't do it if you want to chase the money per se. I was lucky to be at a point where I could focus on one product, give it a try, start out with giving it to friends and family, getting some positive feedback about it, and then deciding that I was going to turn it into something a little more structured. I think if you're really passionate about it, that's about one of the better things you could do to get started. Be open to the fact that you're going to fail and learn from that. Also, you have to put your ego aside and really be willing to take some criticism and be open to ideas, from others, because that's really how you're going to grow. So I think the biggest challenge is I was all over the place, so to speak. I just, like, you look around and you see one day I may be doing toast, and another day I was doing jewelry, and after that I said, wow, I just saw Martha Stewart, and she really came up with a really nice idea for placement, and then narrowing it down to say, I want to come up with this line. And that was the birth of my Tinkles. I know we've talked about Tinkles many times, but I actually went into trademarking it. So it's basically baby gifts that includes layered items and diapers.
Okay.
Your traditional diaper cake is really just a stack of diapers tied with ribbon, but I had to take it to a different level. So it's actually quite a nice little gift that you can give to a new mom. And I branched into then doing sibling gifts with it, because if you have another child in the home, it's always nice to give them and recognize them as being the big brother, the big sister.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like the Tinkles, because a lot of times you want to give something memorable to the person that's having a baby. Diapers, a box of diapers looks so, I'm not going to say tacky, because I've given people a box of diapers before as well, but something really nice and thought of that it says, like, this is special, I know this is your birth of your child. And then to have something that the siblings can have too as well, that's really nice, because you're saying to the parent that I'm thankful that you're having a baby, but we are not going to overshadow this other child. And oftentimes that's what happens when new children come into the family. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, it helps them to feel that they're included in the event that's going on. It's an exciting time, and it makes them to feel special too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that's a big seller, because a lot of people are always looking for unique gifts to give to new moms or new parents, and that's really awesome. In regards to we talked about challenges. What are some things that you have tried out and done that you have found success in? And share those things. Some things that you would definitely say to someone, if you're going to start this type of business, these are the things that I would definitely recommend you doing.
I think, again, you need to be focused. I would sit down and actually talk to a professional so that you can get yourself the best advice you can in terms of the structure you need. If it's a hobby, that's one thing, but if you're thinking about doing this in a serious way, you want to make sure that your corporate structure is intact. You want to make sure that your accountability is intact with getting your tax structure involved. There's accountability that come up quarterly that you need to be in terms of reporting. So there's different things that you need to do to be serious, more so than just saying I have a business card and a Facebook page, and so therefore I'm in business. Right. So it's a little bit more to it than that if you want to be taken serious. And I think you'll also have some benefits in terms of being able to purchase items wholesale, possibly in bulk. So there's some features to it that make it beneficial to you when you decide to do it that way. I think it has to do a lot with your credibility, that you're a serious entity out there and not just selling.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. There's a lot of things that business owners forget to do, or, people that may have never started a business, but you have this great skill, great talent, and you've done it for a couple of relatives, and it's great. But then, when you step out there and start to make it a business, there are necessary steps that you have to go through. And then, other things you have to think about when you start a business is not that it just stops with you, but that you're able to scale it up so that someone else can take on some of the ideas and run with it as well. And I think that's sometimes often where, people in general miss the mark. We so focused on being maybe like self-employed or, busy doing our own, but we don't think about passing on the skills and the talents that we have to other people. And that's really what this Inspiring to Action is all about, really passing the torch, passing tips, skills, anything that we can to help people to start their own business.
And that's key, to avail yourself with organizations such as yourself, who are there here to assist you and guide you and take you through the steps that oftentimes you can go to a county agency. There's SCORE that's out here that if you just want to sit down with someone and get some free advice, there's plenty of resources that you can go to. But certainly I would encourage people to avail themselves of an organization such as Increase Biz, which is totally going to encompass everything from your marketing structure as well as to getting you up and running. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Linda, is there any last words that you want to say to the audience about maybe some of your experiences, or just leave them with how they can find out more information about you?
Well, I would encourage everybody to come take a look. I can't really, well, of course, I have to show you one of my tinkers. I have to show you one.
Show us.
This is one of my favorites. They all come in a 10-inch cake cover, and everything is totally usable. Everything from the diapers to the receiving blanket to the layer items that are inside. When it's done, you could always turn it upside down and use it for storage. So it's very useful. You use it down to the end. So I'm very excited about that. And I really would encourage everybody to come on over to mysewingroomstore.com. Take a look at all the items. I have collaboration and partnered with a couple of women. I'm going to have someone coming in to do jewelry. So I'm giving them virtual shelf space here in the room. I have another woman that does crochet items, and she does musical things with strings. That's how I like to describe her. From anything crocheted, afghans that are beautiful work. So come over and take a look. I'm making an expansion in rooms for other shelves in the room to bring in other people that have some talents that would like to have a launch and actually begin to get their feelers out and see if it's something they'd like to do. So that's when I say it's boutique. I'd like to bring in a lot more partnerships so everybody can be exposed to having a chance on the internet.
Wow. See, we didn't even, I mean, I know we're coming to the end of this, but we didn't even talk about this. So you have, it's not just your website. You have many people that are featured on your website. That's really awesome. A lot of people don't think to do that. They usually are like, solo, I'm going to do it myself. But you really collaborated with a lot of people, and you're not only just selling your own products, but you're selling other people's or allowing them to sell it on your website as well.
Absolutely. I think that's what it's all about. It's, collaboration over competition.
Yeah, that's good. That's what we should be minded like that, to be collaborative instead of competing, because there's things that you can do that I can do and things that I can do that you can do. But when we come together, we bring something great, and it's like gumbo, so it's in the pot.
It's like gumbo. I like that. Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. So thank you again for this interview, taking your time out and speaking with the listeners. And make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you like our YouTube channel. Make sure you go to the website and subscribe for more interviews. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye.